What's going on, guys? Today let's see how a quick and cool impact can be made in Unity. I did a similar effect a couple years ago, but today let's see an updated version of this with a few different tricks. This entire project is available on my Patreon page, by the way, where you will also get access to many visual effects you can use in your games. So, without further ado, let's jump right into this. First things first, let's begin by creating a visual effect graph. Right click, visual effect graph, here we go. We can begin with a minimal template and we can rename this to VFX Graph _ hit, double click to open it up. And our first system is gonna be for triangles, which I swear they are going to look like an impact. Let's just say the bound mode is manual with a size of 100 so it's visible even if the camera is not looking directly at the impact. From there we want to spawn something, we can use a single burst for that. One particle is enough. We can control how much time it lives with a set lifetime, and it can be random. Something super quick, 0.2, 0.35. Let's drag and drop our VFX graph to the scene so we can see what's happening. Reset to transform so it goes to the center of the scene. Yeah, it's right there. There's not much visible, but one thing is for sure, it's not facing the camera. And we want to make sure it's visible from anywhere we look, so let's use an orient block and set it to face camera position. We can also control how big these triangles are going to be, right, with the set size. Let's say it's random too. Between 3 and 5, we will see, but what's missing is the triangle, right? But don't worry, it's super easy to create one. We have Material Maker, which you can get it for free. It's a super tool to create textures. And once you have it, you can open it up and we right click, we want to search for shape. It's going to be a polygon, but only with 3 sides. We can decrease its size to 0.5 more or less, and that's it. We want a transparent background, so let's use a colorize node so we can say the black key has an alpha value of 0, this way it becomes transparent. To export it, we can go ahead and click right here, call it triangle, select the destination, and make sure it's a PNG, image PNG, so it preserves the transparent background. Import it to your project, and then we can add it right here to the output, main text, and we have a triangle. Great! So let's modify these in a way that looks like an impact. We can use soft particles, so every time it touches the ground or any other geometry, it blends in. Feel free to test additive or alpha on the blend mode and you will notice the differences. We're going to leave it at additive, but the trick here happens when we use a set scale. We want to stretch this triangle. As a matter of fact, we first say it's random and then shrink it on the X, 0.2 and 0.4, but then we stretch it on the Y axis, 1.5, here we go. And we have this cool triangle, right? With this we can do a bunch of things. For example, if we say it's a random rotation with a set angle only on the Z axis, since it's facing the camera, it will always rotate properly. Random between 0 and 360, and this is what we get. Now, if we say there's like 5 of these, we are beginning to see a pattern here. Since our triangle is not at the center, it doesn't match the center of the VFX graph, they overlap with each other, which is fine, but the bottom of the triangle should be at the center. The way we fix that is with a set pivot. We can push the text a little bit up and down, or to the left or to the right. With our set pivot, we want to push it up a value of 0.2 on the y-axis, and as soon as we do it, the bottom of the triangles are all at the center, and we get this cool impact, or close to an impact, but it's getting there. Now what's really missing here is also the motion of this. Fortunately, we have the set size over life, where we have this graph and we can control throughout its lifetime how the size is affected. We can create a curve where it grows in the beginning really quickly and then it shrinks down really fast. Something similar to this, and we will get this effect. Oh yeah, the size has changed because set size over life is overriding its previous value. We need to make sure in composition we set it to multiply so it doesn't override the set size we have used up there. And this is going to be our base for a cool impact. As for the color, let's use a set color down here. If you want to change it later without opening VFX Graph, you can create a color property right here. Open this and we already have the values for a cool color, and it's a bright blue. Feel free to test different colors obviously, but connect it down here to set color. Here we go. This way, if you want to change the color later on, you don't need to open VFX Graph. Awesome! Looking very impactful. If you want to spice this up with some particles, let's duplicate this triangle system, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, rename it to particles, and the first thing we want to change is its lifetime. Some are going to live less, some are going to live more. 0.2 and 1. We want a little bit of randomness here. And we want to make sure they move outwards, right? So first we say they spawn in a set position shape. The shape is going to be a sphere with a smaller radius, 0.1. And then we use the set velocity from direction and speed, where we can immediately say the speed mode is random. And the minimum is going to be 0.1, but the maximum is going to be 3, 4, 5, depends how fast you want them. Obviously we want a couple more particles here, so let's increase this to 30 on the single burst. This time we don't need to mess around with the pivot since the texture is going to be different, so let's remove it, as well as the angle and the set scale. As for the texture, if we go back to Material Maker, we're going to create the simplest texture ever with a shape nodule set to circle. We can increase its size to 0.8 and increase the feather to 0.7 more or less. And then with the Gaussian blur, we can blur it. We just need to change the grid size to 1024 by 1024 and then connect this to a colorize where the black key has an alpha value of 0, so it's transparent the background. And then you can export this as a PNG. And in your project you can assign it right here. Here we go. Just like that, it already looks alright. Not that bad, right? But we want particles like some sparks, like a quick impact, right? So the set size is going to be smaller, 0.1 and 0.5. And for the scale, it's going to be straightforward from big to small. And this is what we get, as you can see. Looking good, looks clean, very inviting. Alright, let's have more particles. We can reuse these until the initialized particle. Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V. They are going to live longer because we want them to spread away a little bit further. 0.4, 1.2. And the minimum of the speed is going to be 1. We can increase their size. And we actually need a set scale for these ones, so we can shrink them on the X. And as you can see, they are all vertical, all stretched vertically, right? But we want them to be aligned with our velocity vector. Fortunately, that's super easy, because on the orient block, we can say along velocity. Here we go. And the cool thing is that they will align with our velocity. And if you want, just in case, create a new color property. And they can be purple, for example. And connect right here to set color. Looking very good already. As you can see how we can create a very quick impact and still make it interesting. Let's make sure we fade them out with a set color overlife where it's completely visible at the beginning and then it fades out. You can leave this gradient just like that. Here we go. Oh yeah, it's overriding the previous values. So let's make sure we set the composition to multiply. Here we go. Super bright and then it fades. Looking good. Now let's add a crazy random movement with turbulence. It's basically noise. We can add it on the update particles, so it continuously updates the particles with this turbulence. We can set the drag to 10 and the frequency to 2. Drag will slow them throughout their lifetime, and frequency is how frequent this turbulence happens. Now where the magic happens is on the intensity. That can be controlled by a curve. If you connect a multiply and then a sample curve. To animate the sample curve, we can use the age over lifetime. For the curve itself, we can select this preset and then edit the first key. And let's push it forward in terms of time. So it lasts for a little while, the turbulence, and then it fades out, the intensity of the turbulence. We can also control these handles right here, so it isn't so linear. And it doesn't move that much, so for this B option of the multiply, we can use a random value between 1 and 15. This way we get a really beautiful movement from these particles, and then they stop, as you can see. But we can have a little more detail. It would be cool to have a glow at the center, an impact beam. So let's copy these triangles, call it the impact beam. It's gonna have only one particle. Set lifetime is gonna be constant, not random. 0.2 for lifetime, yes, it's gonna be really quick like a flash. And for the main text, the beam we created, let's just disable the triangles for a second. This is what's happening with our flash. We can remove the pivot, the set angle and the set scale. Here we go. And the size can be constant, like 7 for example. Let's enable everything. Yeah, something more or less like this. There's a bright glow at the center. This way it blends with the triangles and it's a quick way to create this kind of impact. We can keep on adding a few things, for example a shockwave. So let's copy this impact beam, call it shockwave. It's gonna live longer so we can see it spread, 0.6. As for the text, we need something new, but fortunately we have Material Maker and it's easy. We are basically going to use two circles and subtract one from the other. So let's begin with a shape, a circle, 0.8 more or less for the size, 0 for the feather, and let's kind of create a duplicate of this by using a transform. We are going to scale it down to 0.75, but then we are going to use a math node to subtract the original one from this one that is from the transform. This way we get a ring. Now if we have a ring, we can use a blur, for example fast blur, and there we go, we have a shockwave looking good. All we need is to remove this black background, so let's use a colorize node and set the black key as an alpha of 0, so the background becomes transparent. With this last node selected, let's make sure we export this, call it the shockwave, as a PNG to Unity, and we can assign it right here. It's probably huge, yeah, it's huge right now, and it's too persistent, it attracts too much attention. We actually want something a little bit more discrete. So let's cut down on the size and let's make sure it grows over time with a curve similar to this one. Here we go. That's the kind of motion, yeah. Something a bit more like that. Let's actually switch colors. Let's make sure we fade it out with a set color over life. Let's remove all of the keys, leave only the black one at the end, which is transparent one. So it fades out at the end. And since it's too persistent, the first key is going to have a low value on the alpha. Something like this, and we can make sure it fades out to black, the color itself. Yeah, we just need to set the composition to multiply, otherwise it overwrites the set color. And yeah, look at this, much better. It's smooth, it creates a nice shockwave, it's discrete, it really adds a nice touch. So that's it for a quick and cool impact. If you want to learn how to create more impacts, we made a second tutorial available only on Patreon and Skillshare, links below. And if you become a patron, you get access to a huge amount of visual effects as well. I want to say thank you to each patron that supported last month, and a quick shout out to the top tier patrons, which are Albert, Amber Shia, Angel Mata, Anna Tronzi, Ashkon Kalkali, Barker Kumova, Boris Radev, Chaos Games, Diego Marcos, Introversal, Eric Orner, Frosty40, Gabriel De Chichi, Ignacio Garrido, Jade, Ginuga 4, Joseph Balacio, Kirlian Silvestre, Leandro De Ricio, Link Dimension, Matt Mahon, Medric Cambie, Oitsk, Pradip Sen, Rain Masked Sage, Ryan Lessard, Spock the Grey, Stephen B. Junko, Vulcan S, Verisuta, Whatever Marta, Rock, Pinching Pam, and me, J. Kim. So that's it, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.